Ben from BTC Sessions, thank you so much for speaking to us here in Riga at the Honey Badger 2019. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
No, it's a pleasure, man. Where to start, really? How did you sort of get into what you're doing with BTC Sessions, the Bitcoin YouTube community? Could you even call it that?
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's so. I guess the channel started a couple years after I got interested in Bitcoin. I just remember early on, kind of 2014, when I started trying to learn. It was difficult. There wasn't a ton of material. There's Andreas, and then that was kind of it. I mean, there was some other stuff, but it was very dry. It was difficult to parse through. And so once I felt like I had a little bit of a decent grasp on the basics, I thought that maybe I could start tossing together some basic tutorials for people. And I mean, nobody cared at first, and as with anything, but it kind of built over time. And now it's crazy. Meeting so many great people here, and now there's so many great content creators out there. But the channel's been running for about 3.5, almost 4 years now.
How have you noticed like a change? Obviously, it's growing by the second, it feels like, but what's the other kind of major change you've noticed?
Are you talking with the channel or Bitcoin in general?
In general, like the marketplace, I guess.
I mean, I think there's definitely the ebbs and flows of the market have a big impact. Like when I first kind of started, it was still, it's still early now, but in relation, it was still pretty early. The Mania of 2017 was out of hand, and there were a lot of distractions, but it was a great opportunity to be able to educate a lot of newcomers. And then as we've shifted out of the Mania and then through the bear market, and now things are coming around again, the dynamic of the interactions with people online, it shifts, because in a bear market, the newbies that haven't done their reading tend to get shaken out and leave. And so the content has to kind of adjust to fit that. So if you've been a Bitcoiner for a while, odds are you don't need a basic wallet tutorial. And so the content kind of shifts to more daily news and more advanced stuff like coin joins and how to use partially signed Bitcoin transactions, things like that. So yeah, the content does have to shift with the mood of the market.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, a kind of unique place to be in here, with full of experts from every single area. Must have some kind of interesting conversations, to say the least. But what in general, when you're dealing with people who are maybe not as into the market or know what's really going on, what's the main sort of thing people are asking you or you're helping to explain to people?
So, I mean, there's always the basics of why does Bitcoin matter? How is this secure at all? But I think a lot of people just want that practical, hands-on knowledge, like how do I do this? And it's not that they couldn't necessarily find it out themselves, but the comfort of just seeing somebody do it once just gives them that confidence to kind of go, oh, I think I can actually do that. I'll go and do that, rather than just standing off. So it's, again, very dependent on the way the market goes, but the newcomer questions tend to be, why should I trust this? And then how do I get started?
Just finally, what do you have planned sort of going forward? Any big plans in the works for yourself and BTC Sessions?
It's nice because I work at Bull Bitcoin as well, and that's kind of allowed me to make my passion my full-time job. Nice. And so I'm going to obviously continue to do my show. I usually do 4 or 5 a week. Mm-hmm. But it's becoming more of a mesh collaboration over time with Bull Bitcoin, so I get to make content through them as well, and it's great to, I guess, be able to interact with such incredible minds here. So I'd love to do more kind of interview style like yourself, and have some of the great minds in the space on as well to discuss what they're building.
Uh-huh. Just to clarify, when he says some of the great minds in the space, he's definitely not talking about me. I am very much an idiot. All right, Ben, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Amazing.